feel like more of us should be going out there and singing the praises of the word feminism, because to me what it means is really equality, being able to work in a workplace without harassment, being able to say no when you do not want to be a part of a sexual advance, and actually being able to say no, sexual violence is unacceptable in our province, in our society, and in our country, and in our world.
Well, I think that you have to make young girls and boys feel comfortable in whatever profession they'd like to pursue. So I say go to the trades. I speak to lots of women that have entered the trades and feel comfortable that way.
Women earn 30 cents on the dollar less than men. Women are much more likely to feel that they have no other choice than to take an unpaid internship after they graduate. And I have been working for the past year on a private members legislation that would increase the number of paid co-ops, internships, field placements.
Without childcare, this is a critical point, women will never have equality, because we know that childcare falls to women most of the time. We propose federally a $15 a day childcare. That would be wonderful. That would be utopian in Ontario. We don't have that. Here it's over $1,000 a month per child for 1 in every 10 children who can even get a space.
I've been appointed to the select committee to provide recommendations to the legislature on sexual harassment and violence. We will be traveling across the province to meet with people from different communities and demographics.
To have deputations and to travel the province, to talk to women and men in workplace harassment or violence.
I think what we really need is an integrated response to violence against women that looks at the health impacts of not addressing this effectively, that looks at the workplace, the economic impacts. That $7 billion is spent on dealing with, on the aftermath of violence against women.
Trans women live, 50% of them in poverty, 50% of them or more attempt suicide. Many of them succeed at suicide. So we're dealing with, albeit a very small section of all women, but still incredibly marginalized. We have to also talk about sex workers, and I've been very upfront in talking to this government about not enforcing Bill C-36, which is the federal bill which attacks sex workers, because mainly sex trade workers are women, and again we're forcing them underground, and to force them underground is to force them into dangerous and precarious lives.
I have a child, she's 16 years old, so I want to make sure that she lives in a place that is safe, that she can walk down the street. I mean, the numbers are there, right? 1 in 3 women will have to face some form of sexual violence.
15% of the college and 25% of university students having to deal with these very negative experience in their life. I'm quite concerned. My daughter soon will be going through that phase.
Women do not report rape and they do not report sexual assault, and they don't really any more now than they ever have. Why? Because we have a very unreal vision of what sexual assault and rape looks like. It's not the stranger lurking in the bushes. It's someone you love, it's someone who employs you, or it's somebody you're afraid of. It's also somebody you respect sometimes, or it's a relative of yours.
We saw the hashtag yes all women. We saw the hashtag been raped, never reported. We saw the hashtag Gamergate. Those viral Twitter conversations showed us that feminism has really never been more relevant.
This is not utopian. If you look at European countries, I just read today about Sweden having a woman ambassador whose job it is to look at women's rights around the world.
When I first started running in politics, it wasn't as accepted in my area, and now it's not an issue that you're a woman or you're a man running for public office or for politics.
I am just thrilled that I am working in a province and for a government where we have the first female premier really in the history of Ontario. This is a strong women's caucus, right? We have a strong women's voice there.
But it is an interesting dynamic in the province of Ontario that we may have 3 female leaders of all the parties.
Some of the younger women that came along after us, came into a place where they accepted that this was where they lived and these were the rules in place. And I think forgot about how hard fought some of those things were.
We're seeing consent is being embedded into the public school curriculum, which I think is a very, very important thing, because until we have young women from childhood on feeling that they have power over their own person, power over their own body, and the right to the right to tell people what others can do with their body. Until we have reached that point, we will never be able to have full equality for women.